welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, she means always, they mean always, you mean always, an instant classic.
Danny Dog! Hi, Jake.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Okay, what is going on, everybody? And welcome back to another edition of the Juggernaut Show, hosted by Juggernaut097. And on this episode, today I'm going to be reviewing Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2022. Impact Wrestling Slammiversary was on pay-per-view and on Fight TV this past Sunday, which I thought was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. Like my initial thoughts on this show, the pre-show, I really wasn't too caring about too much. But I felt like this show that's like really flew by. I mean, unlike the AEW pay-per-views, that felt like an eternity watching, but this show just really flew by. And there were some things on the show where I wasn't the biggest fan of. Like some of the results on this show, I wasn't the biggest fan of. But I felt like everything that's like flowed very well together, which I really enjoyed. And this was better than the last Impact pay-per-view that happened. Got a comment here. What's up? Kicking it with Leo. He has a comment that says, I was surprised AJ Styles showed up. I mean, he didn't really show up, but like there was a video package like that was made for him. I don't know if it was like from WWE that made that or if it was. I think I'm happy that WWE let him, show up on the show, actually, satellite or, video package. I thought that was really cool. Which we'll talk about that more later on the show. But yeah, that was really cool that WWE let him do that though. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. But I mean, like I said, there were a few matches I really wasn't the biggest fan of. Like why did they go with this? But overall, like I said, I thought this was a really good show, and something I wish Impact needs to get more like. I feel like not much people like talk about Impact very much. Like this show wasn't getting very much buzz at all, which is very unfortunate because I thought this card looked really good on paper and it turned out to be a really good show. It's just like the promotion or like the promoting for the shows or the, what's it called? The marketing isn't like right there for Impact. And something I really need to quit doing is like comparing it to other wrestling promotions. Like quit comparing it to like WWE or like AEW work. Like, hey, this company could be really big, but I need to quit doing that and just watch it for have it be an Impact. I mean, Ring of Honor was that way for 20 years, and you hear people complaining about oh, why isn't Ring of Honor growing? I mean, yeah, they were an independent promotion, but they could have grown more. Let's see, we got another comment here from Kicking It with Leo. It says, do you think WWE and Impact might have a partnership in the future since AJ Styles let him do the video for them and then Mickie James being in the Rumble? I don't really think, the duo. I mean, they might let some wrestlers go over, to like WWE, but I don't really think there'd be like a partnership. I think that they acknowledge them, I think AJ Styles was supposed to say WWE because if it was produced by WWE and they were supposed to say that there, to get more eyes on WWE. But I don't really see like a partnership coming because Vince McMahon likes to be out for himself. But maybe in the future, maybe when Triple H or Stephanie takes over, maybe we might see more partnerships because I feel like that's really good in wrestling when they're companies work together. But, I think the true, this is kind of sidebar. I think the true Forbidden Door is actually Impact Wrestling. because they had all these partnerships with like New Japan and AEW. The AEW started going over there, so I really think Impact Wrestling is the forbidden door, and where wrestlers go over there a lot. It's like, I don't know. I'm just I wish Impact got more credit and stuff for the stuff they do, and people go like, "Oh, Impact's still around." And back in 2002, they would go like, "Oh, they weren't going to be around for a week, or they weren't going to be around for 6 months." And look, they've been around for 20 years, longer than WCW, which is nuts. But let's quit wasting time and actually let's get started with this first match that we're going to be talking about. We're not going to talk about the pre-show. I mean, the pre-show we had Rich Swann going up against Brian Myers. I didn't really catch that match very much. I mean, I know that Rich Swann retained his Digital Media Championship. And then we had the reverse battle royal, which wasn't very much anything. I mean, I'm happy that that match wasn't on the actual show, because if it was and they were actually like trying to build up to go like, this match actually meant something, I would have really tuned out, because I go like, no, this match did not mean anything. It was very wonky. They had a lot of clowns in this match that didn't like really need to be in this match. But I mean, Shark Boy won the match. I mean, like I said, kind of going back on the history of TNA Impact, which when they first announced like, oh, this is the 20th anniversary of Impact Wrestling or TNA, like, oh, they're just going to rely on heavily on the past here, which I'm happy that they didn't. I mean, they acknowledged the past, but they didn't. What's the word? They acknowledged the past, but they stayed in the moment, which I'm happy about that. Which I was actually watching the Impact Lounge, which you should definitely go check out his review of this show. Which he said a lot of the same things. Like they acknowledge the past, but they're like staying in the moment. Like, hey, if it wasn't for Impact Wrestling or like TNA, there'd be no Slammiversary now. And through all the trials and tribulations that Impact Wrestling has gone through, it's been crazy. But yeah, so on the actual show we had a number of contenders match. Well, no, it wasn't a number of contenders match, but we had a match for the X Division Championship. It was an Ultimate X match. We had Chris Bay going up against Ace Austin, going up against. Wait, no, this isn't the Slammiversary review. Hold on, these are my wrong notes I have pulled up. Wow, I can't believe I have my wrong notes pulled up. But let me pull my right notes up here really quick. How unprofessional of me. Let me get my right notes pulled up here. I don't know why that was like that. That was very, very weird. Let me get the notes pulled up here. Okay. Is this right? Yeah, here we go. So the Ultimate X match to open up the show, we had Mike Bailey going up against Ace Austin, which was the X Division champion. Alex Zane, Andrew Everett, which was replacing Jack Evans, because apparently Jack Evans wasn't able to make the show here. So we had Andrew Everett, Kenny King, and Trey Miguel. Now, I felt like this was a lot like an AEW match. Like, and what I mean by that is like, a lot of the spots were kind of like felt like choreographed. Like there were a lot of guys waiting for like to do their spots and stuff for a long period of time, which usually that doesn't happen in the X Division. Usually we have like it's this crazy high flying action. Like you don't have much guys waiting for their spots. I mean, yeah, you do have over the top spots, but it's like nothing like that was happening in this match here. But there was a lot of good stuff going on in this match. We had Mike Bailey. He was pulling off some incredible moves. Like he did his finisher, like he was hanging on the steel cables, and he did the Ultimo weapon off the steel cable, which was nice. Like his it was like a the Ultimo weapon is like his finisher was like, I'm trying to figure out what it was like a shooting star, but he does it on his knees, which I thought that was really cool. You had a big Tower of Doom spot in the corner with all the guys in the match here. It was pretty cool seeing Andrew Everett in this match, because like I remember Andrew Everett, he had a little stint in Impact Wrestling for a while, but like I haven't really seen him since. I mean, he was at a Wrestling Revolver show a few months ago back in January, which I saw him at. I was at that show. Which I never posted that vlog up. I need to put that vlog up. But yeah, Andrew Everett was at that show. It was cool seeing him. Maybe he might have a little stint back in Impact Wrestling. So yeah, it was really cool seeing him. What else? Oh yeah, so like I said, they had this big Tower of Doom spot in the match. We even had a big Canadian destroyer off the top rope from Trey Miguel onto Alex Zane, which was nuts. Like, I mean, I tell you what, the Canadian destroyer is like so overdone now. I feel like everybody does it, which I'm just kind of getting over. Like, and a co-host on the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast said, if it's not Petey Williams that's doing the Canadian destroyer, I don't care about who does anymore. I kind of do agree because, like I said, I feel like finishers and like the Canadian destroyer is so overdone, and like the super kick is another move that is so overdone, which I feel like everybody does in every single match. Which, I mean, the Young Bucks, they just wear out that super kick. Like it feels so forced, and like the Canadian destroyer feels so forced here. But Mike Bailey did end up winning this match. And like I said, I felt like there were a lot of guys like hanging on the cable for so long, like waiting for spots to happen in this match here. Because I feel like it was Mike Bailey and Ace Austin. They were just hanging on the cable for so long, and I gotta give props to Mike Bailey. He was up there, just hanging on with his legs. I mean, that takes him a lot of strength up there to hang upside down, without holding on. And then there was this another spot where Andrew Everett, he was Mike Bailey and Ace Austin, they were kind of slapping each other on the cable and stuff. We had Andrew Everett, kind of scale over to the title belt, and he tried to unhooking it. He went like from the top there, like he got on top of the belt. But Mike Bailey ended up hitting him with a hurricanrana off the cables. So I mean that's basically what Andrew Everett was there for, to just take a big spot off the steel cables there. Let's see here. Yeah, Mike Bailey did end up winning this match, which that was my prediction for this for the show here, for Mike Bailey to win the match. I'm trying to get my right notes pulled up. This is right here. Yeah, this is right here. Bam. We got my right notes on here. But yeah, like I said, I thought it was a very solid opener here. It was very much a spot fest, like I said. I'm happy that Mike Bailey won, and I think it's gonna be interesting to see his like character progression here in the future. But yeah, let's go on to the next match. Looked like I had a little lag going on, but yeah. And the second match we had was the Knockouts Tag Team title match. We had the Influence Master Reign and Tenille Dashwood defending the titles against Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie. I thought this was a decent match here. I thought it wasn't a bad match. I mean, I don't really have much else to say about this. I mean, that Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie won. So apparently Tenille Dashwood's going to be taking a break from Impact for a while. So I guess we'll see with all that stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of cool that Rosemary and Taya are tagging up again. Because back when they originally brought the Impact Tag Team titles or Impact Knockouts Tag Team titles to the scene, back, I thought those were going to be the women who actually win the titles, but then they really did nothing with it, and Fire and Flavor won. and the whole knockouts tag team title picture kind of fizzled out a little bit. There was really no teams there. But I mean, like I said, it was a solid match. I don't remember a whole lot from this match show. Which in my prediction, I had that the Influence was going to retain the titles because why you just put in Ty Valkyrie and Rosemary back as a tag team. Why have them win here? Because who knows if they were going to be able to get along? But hey, I mean, it was solid. Both teams had some really good tag team maneuvers with each other. It was decent. So now the next thing we had was a Kurt Angle video package. Congratulating Impact on 20 years, and he was just reminding us of like great feuds that he had back in the past, like with Samoa Joe, etc., etc. So I thought that was pretty cool seeing Kurt Angle. Oh, also there was another video package later on the night. I don't know if I already did I put this down. Oh yeah, we had Sting. So that was pretty cool. He was very influential in Impact Wrestling or TNA. So like I said, I like how they went back. They really acknowledged the past of TNA. So I thought that was really cool. And then the next match we had was a Monsters Ball match between Sami Callihan and Moose. So this was a typical hardcore match for Impact Wrestling here. Well, so typically, here you had Sami Callihan and Moose. They weren't able to eat or drink for 24 hours, and they were trapped in separate rooms for 24 hours with the lights off. I mean, the storyline kind of felt a little wonky at some points. The build to this match go like lights on, lights off. Sami Callihan going lights on, lights off, to go beat your ass. So kind of felt a little, like I said, felt a little wonky at some points. Like this isn't any new stuff that I've seen in Impact. So I mean, I really wasn't a huge fan of that. But like the first few minutes of the match, we had Sami Callihan. He jumps Moose from behind. While Moose is doing his entrance, they start beating each other. Sami Callihan takes a lot of Uranagis. Or at the beginning of this match, he takes one through the table. He takes one on the side of the apron. There was a really nice spot where Moose took a power bomb on a steel trash can that was upside down. I thought that was really cool in the match. What else did we have? We had a whole bunch of trash can lids that got brought out. They were hitting each other with the trash can lids. We even had a barbed wire barbed wire door that got brought out. Was it Moose that went through that? Yeah, Moose went through that. I mean, Moose was taking quite a bit of punishment in this match. He really was. What else did we have? We had a thumbtack spot. Of course, Impact loves to bring out the thumbtacks. So we had that happen in the match. Moose put Sami Callihan through the thumbtacks, but with a go to hell, hitting his finisher through that. So I thought that was pretty cool. We had multiple pile drivers from Sami Callihan. I mean, there was one point where Sami Callihan hit a pile driver through the thumbtacks, which I thought that was a vicious spot. And then Moose kicked out at one. He kicked out at one. Like, Moose is a different guy. I mean, he's a wrestling god, just like JBL is. So I thought that was really cool. Cool spot in the match. And then Sami Callihan finished it off for another pile driver. So there were 3 pile drivers that Sami Callihan hit, like back to back to back. But yeah, Sami Callihan won this match here. I wonder what direction they're going to be going in with Sami Callihan here. Like I said, I thought it was a solid match. It was solid. Like I said, a typical, hardcore match. I was kind of expecting more crazier spots. I mean, this isn't anything like GCW where they have a whole bunch of light tubes and they have a whole bunch of glass getting broken. This isn't anything like that. But I felt like both guys really worked together. And we even had Sam McCallahan bring out a barbed wire bat, start hitting Moose with it, over the back and in the chest, in the stomach. So, like I said, solid match here. But let's move on to the next match, which we had was the Impact Tag Team titles. The Briscoes were defending titles against the Good Brothers. So the Briscoes are Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe, going up against Good Brothers Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. Really good match. I mean, both teams have very good chemistry. I mean, so we had the Good Brothers beat the Briscoes back at the Multiverse of Madness, and then the Briscoes, they won it at the United or that May pay-per-view. I can't remember what it's called. Under Siege. There we go. So we had the Briscoes win it there. There's no way that the Briscoes are going to be getting it back. I mean, the Briscoes are surely going to be gone from Impact Wrestling because I've been hearing rumors that they won't re-sign their contracts. Well, I really wasn't the biggest fan of the results of this match that the Briscoes won because I'm kind of tired of the Briscoes. They are 3-time Impact Tag Team Champions now, and they won the titles again, which I really wasn't the fan of them winning the titles back because I don't think anybody really wanted the Good Brothers to win the titles back. And maybe now that I'm thinking, are the Briscoes, is this like a kind of like a one-time thing? Are they gone from Impact Wrestling? I have no idea. Or do they want to keep this feud going? Hopefully that the Briscoes were on these Impact tapings here. I really hope that they were. But yeah, like I said, it was a good match, but the results of this match, I wasn't a fan of at all. So I don't know if my stream is messing up, but let me check my audio going on for the stream here. Let me just check this really quick. Give me 1 second. Let me just check this really quick. Okay, we're good. We are all good here. But yeah, let's go on to the next match here, which I'm trying to remember what we had. Okay, and the next match we had was a 5-man, or no, the 10-man tag team match. We had Honor Moore, Eddie Edwards, Matt Taven, PCO, Mike Bennett, and Vincent going up against the Impact Originals, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, Frankie Kazarian, Nick Aldis, and a mystery partner, which, throughout the night I was like, who was this mystery partner going to be? I got to thinking, could it be Christopher Daniels? Could it be Samoa Joe? Which that was the guy who I was hoping it was going to be. I was hoping it was going to be Joe. Could it be Sting? But they had a video package early for Sting earlier in the night. So I got no, it wasn't going to be Sting. I was like, who is this mystery guy going to be? And they even had Christy Hemme come out. Excuse me, they even had Christy Hemme come out and her welcome out Scott D'Amore like she was doing the ring announcement, which I wish that they would bring Christy Hemme back as a ring announcer because David Pencer didn't really do that good a job earlier in the night. He really didn't. Yeah, so they had Christy Hemme come out doing the ring announcing. And then they, even brought Dixie Carter out, which it was cool seeing Dixie. She's she's the reason why Impact is kind of still going around, even the trials that they had. To keep Impact on air and all that, with all the crazy stuff. But she came out like, you know what? Maybe it's going to be EC3. She's going to introduce EC3, which I thought that would have been pretty cool to have EC3 come back. But no, she introduced David Richards, which was very surprising. Which, I mean, made sense that they brought David Richards back. I don't know if he's still with MLW. I think he is still with MLW because commentary was going like, yeah, he's, you know, and we had a whole bunch of guys from different promotions. Like we had NWA, we had AEW, Impact, you know, MLW now, which I thought that was cool. All coming together to try to take out On No More. You know, trying to stand up for Impact Wrestling or TNA. You know, going into this match, like, oh, this is going to be a crazy clusterfuck match. There's going to be no structure to this match at all. But that wasn't the case. I thought it was a really good match. A lot of crazy spots happened in this match. A lot of moving bodies getting involved. Like Kenny King, he was getting involved. And they even showed Earl Hebner. You know, Houston out in the crowd. Who else did they show? Oh man, I'm trying to figure out who else got involved. Not Rebel. It was dude, trying to figure out her name now. Her name is slipping my mind. Frankie Kazarian's wife. I can't. Her name slipping my mind. If anybody wants to go down in the comments below, tell me who Frankie Kazarian's wife is again. Because like I said, she even got involved. You know, she had got into it with Maria Canales a little bit. Like I said, we had Kenny King kind of get involved in the match. D'Lo Brown, you know, he kind of took out Kenny King. I mean, we had Brian Hebner get taken down. You know, I'm gonna say rest in peace to the referee of the Hebners. You know, not Tim White, but I think Tim White did recently pass away also. But I'm trying to figure out who it was. It was a Hebner that passed away. Man, now his name is slipping my mind. The referee for that Hebner that recently passed away, and they were acknowledging him on the show. You know, they were sending their condolences to the Hebner family. And then we got a comment here. I don't even know how to pronounce her name right there. So I don't know. I don't want to try to botch that, but Dave Hebner. There we go. Hey, I appreciate showing up here, and from the UK. That is really awesome. Dave Hebner. That's who it was. The ex-referee from the WWE back in the 90s. Yeah, see, and you know, like I said, I'm a late wrestling fan. You know, I started watching it, you know, at the Ruthless Aggression. Hey, but I appreciate you showing up here. Appreciate you showing up to my review. You know, and if you're new to my channel here, please hit that subscribe button. That really helped me out a lot. Also, you know, don't forget to, you know, follow me on all my social medias down there. You know, at my Instagram and my Twitter at the True JSB. But like I said, I thought this was a really good match. You know, like I said, a lot of crazy spots. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of multi-man matches a whole lot. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of multi-man matches, like too crazy, because like I said, there's just like crazy spots going on. But I feel like it was right for Team Impact to win here. And we even had Earl Hebner, you know, he got in the match, you know. Hey, I appreciate you subscribing. I really appreciate you subscribing, man. That really helps out a lot. But no, like I said, I thought this was you know, pretty decent match. You know, I didn't really know what to expect, and you know, because I had some feelings like, oh no, they're gonna bring in Tommy Dreamer as this like special, you know, as the mystery partner for Team Impact. But no, well, I thought that was really good that they brought in Davey Richards here, because you know, kind of playing in a little bit of past with, you know, Eddie Edwards, you know, because you know they were the American Wolves. And it was great seeing Eddie Edwards, you know, face, because like he was very pissed when Davey Richards got announced to be in this match here. So, yeah, but no, like I said, I thought it was a good match. Like I said, a lot of the night they were acknowledging the past of TNA, but they were living in the moment of Impact Wrestling, which was really good here. So I wonder where they really go with where they go with Honor No More, because I don't feel like they keep him around. Maybe they have him stay around. I don't know. This is going to be very interesting to see what happens with these tapings here. Like I said, a lot of brawling, a lot of clusterfuck in this match, a lot of spots in this match that happened. And even D'Lo Brown get involved. Like, I really didn't think D'Lo Brown was going to do very good in this, when he came out. But, like, he came out with so much charisma, kind of, when he hit his frog splash off the top rope. He kind of botched it a little bit there, but then, he kind of played it off, and he, still hit the frog splash, which it was a decent frog splash. So I thought that was good. We got Team Impact 1. Yeah, let's move on to the next match. Which we had was the knockout title on the line. We had the Queen of the Mountain match. Tasha Steelz was defending the title against Deonna Purrazzo, Jordynne Grace, Mia Yim, and Chelsea Green. And then we had the special enforcer in this match, Mickie James. So yeah, I thought this was a really awesome match here. Which the last time I remember seeing a King of the Mountain match. I about to say King of the Ring. I wish we'd bring back a King of the Ring pay-per-view for WWE, but last time I remember seeing the King of the Mountain match was I think back in 2016. Back when they brought the title back, the King of the Mountain title. That's the last time I remember it. But no, I thought this was really good. I felt like it was right to have Jordynne Grace win the title here. Because, she was breaking a lot. She was making a lot of history. Because she was, competing in a couple Ultimate X matches, one with the men and, one with the women. She was doing great in that Iron Woman match. And she had an Iron Woman match, which was back at the Emergence show back in 2020, during the pandemic. But there was a good spots in this match. I'm trying to remember who became eligible first. So yeah, first who became eligible to win the match was Chelsea Green, which I thought that was really good there. That Chelsea Green, I thought that was cool that Chelsea Green, she became first eligible. She pinned Tasha Steelz, which was kind of an odd pin a little bit. And Tasha Steelz, she had to go in the penalty box for a few minutes, for 2 minutes here. And then we had who was it who became next eligible? It was Mia Yim. I think it was Chelsea Green who got pinned next, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was Jordynne Grace who got pinned. And like I said, they're doing some pretty good spots in this match. I really enjoyed it. You couldn't pick any better women on the Knockouts roster to be in this match here. That these were the best women to be put in this match. I even like the spot where Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green, they took a ladder spot. They took a ladder spill through a table on the outside of the ring, because I forgot that the tables were even set up out there. I completely forgot that. Oh yeah, what are they gonna go through? Oh yeah, they went through the tables, which I thought was really good. I even like when Mia Yim, she was doing some really good stuff in this match. I even like when Mia Yim, she did a tope con hilo. She did a running off the ladder and onto all the women. So I thought that was really dope. And I think that's how Mia Yim became eligible. Jordynne Grace, she even hit a muscle buster, to kind of take out Chelsea Green. And Mia Yim, there was Jordan, like I said, Jordynne Grace won this match here. And yeah, like I said, Jordynne Grace won because we had Deonna Purrazzo and Tasha Steelz. I mean, no, it wasn't Deonna. It was Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green. They were out, after taking that ladder spot, going through those tables. And then you had Mia Yim, she was in the penalty box, and then Tasha Steelz, I think, yeah, she just got, she got pinned again. She took a lot of pinfalls in this match, which is unfortunate for Tasha Steelz, but it made sense. And we even had Mickey James get involved, to try to prevent Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green from winning this match. It felt like they're going to be making a tag team out of Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green. Maybe they go like, hey, they got screwed out of this match here. Maybe they can go for the Knockouts tag team titles. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. But no, like I said, I feel like it was right to have Jordynne Grace win here. It feels good to have her win back the title. So, like I said, really solid match. If you haven't seen the show, definitely, this is one of the matches to check out. I feel like the whole show, you should check out. Like I said, there was good stuff going on in this match here. Like your backwards ladder match here, where you have to hang the title belt to win the match. So I like what Impact does here. And then we had, I can talk about this here. So we had the with the AJ Styles video package here. I thought that was pretty cool. Kind of like I said, a lot of the night, with them acknowledging the past of wrestling greats or TNA greats. I thought that was really cool seeing AJ Styles, and he even had to acknowledge WWE. So yeah, like I said, good stuff right here. It was cool seeing AJ Styles. I kind of wish they actually had him in person because, why not have him in person rather than, with a video package? Because, if he had to be on Monday Night Raw, they could have flew him out the next morning to whoever. I think Raw was in Nebraska last night. Yeah, so they could just flew him to a quick flight to Nebraska. But yeah, I mean, like I say, nonetheless, it was still cool seeing AJ Styles. And then the main event we had was the Impact World title on the line. Josh Alexander was defending the title against Eric Young. Great match. I mean, Josh Alexander, out of these last, few, Impact World title holders, I think that, Josh Alexander is doing an amazing, amazing job here. And going in this match, I'm like, I don't know how good this match is going to be, but no, this was good. And I really didn't have like a whole lot of high expectations for this match. Like I said, this was really good stuff here. With Josh Alexander and Eric Young, they were hitting a lot of moves from the past, like with right at the beginning of the match. We had, Josh Alexander, trying to hit, like the best moonsault ever. And even Eric Young trying to hit it, but they both missed, kind of going back to like Christopher Daniels days, trying to hit moves from Christopher Daniels. Even had a lot of Josh Alexander, paying homage to Samoa Joe in this match, doing the hitting the, doing the face washes in the corner. I thought that was really dope. And had Eric Young, hitting the stroke, paying homage to Jeff Jarrett, the original King of the Mountain, who invented the King of the Mountain, who made a lot of TNA inventions, which was really dope. What else did we have? We had Josh Alexander. He eventually hit the best moonsault ever, and even Eric Young hit it. Like I said, paying homage to Christopher Daniels. We even had Josh Alexander hitting the Styles Clash, and then turn it into an ankle lock. So I like the transitions that Josh Alexander was doing here. I thought it was really good. So I thought that was really dope. What else? Well, I mean, we even had, Joe Doring and Diener get involved. Diener threw some, looks like they say like yellow powder in the face of Brian Hebner, which I think this was going to be Brian Hebner's last match that he was going to be reffing here. So, I mean, this is a great way for Brian Hebner to go out. And like I said, great match here. We even had Eric Young bring out a guitar and smash it over the head of Josh Alexander. He kicked out of that. Josh Alexander kicked out of that. And then we even had Eric Young, kind of tearing up the ring here, exposing the boards, exposing the 2x4s under the mat. I like the Uranagi that Josh Alexander hit. That was great. We even had a pile driver on the exposed 2x4s that Eric Young hit in this match. But no, in the end, Josh Alexander retained his Impact World title, which on a bunch on the lead up to the show. Excuse me. On the lead up to the show, we had Josh Alexander get beat a lot, get beat up a lot by Violent by Design, but finally, Josh Alexander overcame Violent by Design and Eric Young by hitting the C4 spike on the wood, on the exposed wood to get the pinfall. So, you're winning the match here. And still the Impact World Champion was Josh Alexander. So, great match here. And I wonder, where they go with the direction of Josh Alexander now. Because, with him playing the sympathetic babyface, he can't really be doing anymore. Like, I want to see where his character goes after this. It's going to be very interesting to see the direction they go with. But, kind of, like I said, I like during the whole night with them, kind of like paying homage to these great TNA greats like Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Jeff Jarrett, Sting. Like I said, I kind of worry at the beginning when they first oh yeah, this is the 20th anniversary. No, this is going to rely heavily on the past, or too much on the past. And they're going to go back to a 6-sided ring. They're going to go back to the old TNA logo. That's going to blast on the past. But no, that wasn't the case here. But yeah, that was Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2022, the 20th anniversary of the show of Impact Wrestling. Great show overall. And the show really, like I said, the show really flew by. It really did. Like a quick 3-hour show. I feel like it was even less than that. But yeah, like I said, if this is your first time ever checking out my channel, please hit that subscribe button for more videos in the future here. Which we got a lot of things coming up. We got my AEW preview and predictions for Forbidden Door, which is going to be live this Sunday. What else we got going on? And also, don't forget to check out the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast. Let me go pull up our stuff where you can watch us at. So go check out the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast. You can follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok at ICW_podcast. And you can also listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, all those platforms right there. And like I said, you can subscribe to me. You can follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram at TheTrueJSP. All my links for everything will be down in the description below. And also, you can go over to Pro Wrestling Tees, pick up some merch from the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast. The only podcast that's always an Instant Classic, like I said. But this is your host, Juggernaut, and I will see you guys on my next video, whenever that may be. So, I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys like my graphics I got going on here. I'm going to be doing some more graphics and stuff in the videos to come. More videos to come here. But yeah, for saying peace out, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. So, peace out.